Hi guys, welcome to part 3 of the CZ455 Lux build. This is going to be a bedding job in part 3. So as you can see, I've taped the stock off I've taped it off on both sides. And what I've done is I've put some foam tape, 3 pieces to be exact, around the barrel, so that it's going to give me that little bit of extra elevation that I need when the bedding compound sets, so that I am completely free floated. The issue I was having, and the reason I'm doing this, is that when I got all the action screws tightened down, and when I first was reviewing this gun and putting it together, is I'd look down the side here and it seems super free floated. I did drag a piece of paper through there, but CZ, I don't know how many inch-pounds they used from factory, but just enough in my opinion, because as soon as I did more than 20 inch-pounds, and 20 inch-pounds is not very much, trust me about that, the barrel would compress down and it would touch on the front of the stock. I also noticed that when I was at the range sighting this gun in and shooting it, when I was at the initial sort of around what it was set at / 20 inch-pounds, accuracy was not that great. I was actually quite disappointed. And then I went up to, I think I jumped all the way to 30, which is where I do run my Canadian edition, my 45, and accuracy tightened up completely. Like, it was awesome at that, except at that point, this barrel was no longer free floated. I mean, it was free floated as far as up to the front of the barrel, or where the barrel touches the very, very front of the stock here. So I want to alleviate that. So that's what this part 3 is going to be. So part 3 is going to be a very simple bedding job. Sorry guys. All I'm bedding is the very, very front of the action here. So I'm going to set in some epoxy. I'm not going to bed anywhere in the recoil lug area. A little bit might get in there, but that's not my intention. My intention is, and actually let me take this out of here, is, let me show you what I'm going to be doing here, is, let's try to get a focus here. All I'm going to be bedding is, as you can see the way the stock goes, so front recoil lug sort of sits in there. We're just bedding this front part. And honestly, I'm just going to lay epoxy in here. We're going to get sort of the initial thick part right about there, and then it's going to taper off. So that's all I want. I really just want sort of an inch and a half, really about an inch in the front. And that's going to help lift the barrel up. That's going to also, hopefully, I want to put enough in there that I get nice contact on the sides here. So it's going to basically hold that barrel nice and tight in that stock. And then when we do suck it down to our 30 inch-pounds, it's going to keep the barrel floated and not touch the front of the stock. So that's the idea here. Stay tuned, guys. I'm going to now I'm going to do the bedding. I'm not going to film that, but what I will do is tomorrow when I break this apart, I'll show you guys how it all turned out. And hopefully when I'm done, I don't make a fool of myself and it is completely free floated, and I will show that. Right now, just trust me, it's not. Unless you run them just to where the screws, are, I'm going to say just the initial, the first little bit of tightness. I don't know how to say it other than that. And then it is free floated, but as soon as you torque it just a little bit, like say even 20 inch-pounds, it already is starting to touch at the front. 30 inch-pounds, it's completely just sitting on the front here. The barrel's just sitting there. I could hog out the wood a little bit. That would fix that up, but I don't want to do that. The stock's beautiful, and I'd rather bed it. And I think I'm going to get the benefit of the extra benefit of what you're going to get bedding, which should be more accuracy, plus it'll be free floated. Anyway, that's it, guys. Stay tuned. All right, here we are, next day. It's been almost 24 hours, but I did take the gun in the house last night. It's kind of cold right now in the garage, so I wanted it to be at room temperature, help with the curing process. Everything went pretty well. I've had the gun out of the stock. I did have to use a little bit of heat to just assist with popping the barrel out of the stock, but let's get it out of here. Turned out really well. We did have one minor thing happen, but it is minor. Let me see if I can get this focused here. So as you can see here, I filled this in with a little bit of black marker. There was a little tiny chunk of wood stock, to my surprise. Must have already been chipped slightly, and when it came out with the barrel, so it sort of knocked off a little, just the corner there, which initially pissed me off, but then when it's all, you know, I did a little bit of black felt marker. When it guns all together, you don't see it. It's not structural, and again, it's with the scope and everything around here, and the way the barrel on the CZ, it sort of gets fatter there a little bit. You don't really see that, but the bedding job, absolutely perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. Went all the way up on both sides. Let me just loosen this stock off so I can try to show you. So we got really good penetration on both sides with the epoxy, and nothing really flowed past into the recoil lug area, or into the the recoil lug area. So really happy with that. Just a good bedding job is really all it is. And the gun is 100% free floated now, and I really think that this, again, I'm so happy with how this turned out. Just a nice smooth bedding job. It went all the way up on both sides. That is going to be exactly what I wanted. And the reason again that I did this is that the barrel was touching at the front, so when I did this bedding, I did elevate the front of the barrel so that when this sets and everything sits in here, it stays at that same elevation. It always will suck down a little bit, but I did check it. I put it at 30 inch-pounds, and it's still 100% free floated, so very happy with that. And I found that the accuracy wasn't quite what I wanted out of the box. I mean, it was very good, don't get me wrong. I mean, CZ makes wonderful rifles, but, and this is a hunting gun for me. This is not a target gun, but I do have that where I want my guns to be as good as they can. And if I feel that I can improve it, I definitely will. But that's it, guys. This is part 3 to the build of the CZ 455 Lux. We've done a bedding job on this now. It is extremely turned into winter in the last few days here where I live in Canada. This is about a month and a half ahead of schedule. It's normally still very nice in November where I live, but unfortunately it is -8 degrees Celsius and very much winter out there with lots of snow. So we'll see if it warms up a bit today. I might get to the range and try this out. If not, hopefully by next weekend I can give this a try. Well, that's it, guys. If you like this video, hit that like button. As always, please click subscribe. If you got any questions about this Lux build, fire them my way, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.